How to move to Paraguay in 2024 using my simple 7-step system. Make sure you stay until the end of the video to not miss out on the bonus tip. Step number 1, flights. Make sure that you have your flight booked to Asunción, Paraguay. There are a couple things you need to know here. First of all, unless you are arriving on the residence permit, you do need a return or onward ticket. This is important. I've seen many people that ended up booking one-way tickets to Asunción, Paraguay just to figure out that a return or onward ticket was necessary. Don't make this mistake. You also need to know that Asunción, Paraguay airport is pretty small, so you don't get a whole lot of flights in and out of the country. At the time of shooting this video, we are in November 2023. There is just one direct flight from Asunción, Paraguay to Madrid, Spain. If you happen to travel from Europe to Asunción, Paraguay, and you want to choose the path of least resistance, you would have to fly into Madrid and from Madrid into Asunción, Paraguay. Then if you want to fly from North America into Paraguay, there will be a layover in probably Panama, so you can fly with Copa Air. There are a number of direct flights from Asunción, Paraguay to Bogota, Colombia, to Panama, Chile, Argentina, Brazil, and Peru. Unless you have secured yourself a residence permit, make sure you consider the tourist visa policy of Paraguay. Citizens of the European Union, United States, Canada, Mexico, most Latin countries, as well as Australia, New Zealand, Japan, Taiwan, and a couple more countries can travel to Paraguay visa-free and stay for up to 90 days. Step number 2, book your accommodation. This is important. Think about how long you'll be staying in Paraguay. Do you prefer staying at an Airbnb, or would you rather stay in a hotel where you have breakfast, lunch, and dinner included? Many people want full board these days, but there are plenty of people that want to live in a place where they are not confronted with tourists all day long. That's why they choose Airbnbs. This is completely your choice. Whatever works for you, choose this path. If you want to go with an Airbnb, you need to know that the prices are actually quite low. You can find a monthly Airbnb rental for as little as $700 to $800. Of course, you can also find more luxurious apartments that will cost you easily double or 3 times that amount. A decent 4 or 5-star hotel will cost you anywhere from $60 to $150 or even more in Asunción, Paraguay. Step number 3, get your vaccines. Cannot stress this enough. This is an important step. You want to get the basic vaccines that will protect you against a number of diseases and infections. I recommend reading the travel advisory on Paraguay, depending on where you're located. Make sure you do that. I personally have secured myself hepatitis A, hepatitis B, and typhoid vaccines. There are some people that also want to get the rabies vaccine, but there is an option for you to get the shot after you've been bitten, but it would need to happen within a certain time frame. I also recommend getting all the routine vaccines that are recommended by your government. This is just my opinion. You can do whatever you want. Step number 4, get your residency documents ready. This is an important step. Many of our clients are traveling to Paraguay to secure temporary residency or permanent residency. We want to make sure that these people have their documents ready before they depart for Paraguay. There are a number of documents that you need, and it's really important that you get these documents verified and also looked at by a professional, because you don't want to leave the country and not have all the documents with you. Step number 5, consider transportation. Are you traveling to Paraguay for the first time, or have you already visited Paraguay in the past? The reason why I'm asking you this question is because the answer to these questions will determine whether you want to rent a car or maybe not. What I'm trying to say here is that you want to get a feel for the new environment that you're in, and a lot of people are like, I don't want to be driving a car in a new country unless I've gotten accustomed to the way people are driving in that country. If that's you, you might want to resort to using Ubers and taxis. Of course, if you are an adventurous person and don't really care about the new environment, you're welcome to rent a car in Asunción, Paraguay. Let's say you decide to rent a car, then it doesn't really matter where you're located in the city, or if you want to be in a nearby city, potentially as far as 40-45 45-minute drive away from downtown Asunción. Since you will be having a car, you will have a lot more flexibility, mobility than someone that needs to use Ubers and taxis to get around. If you decide not to rent a car, then I recommend you to stay in Asunción. Ubers are pretty inexpensive. The same also holds true for taxis. Getting around downtown Asunción by Uber might cost you anywhere from $3 to $10 depending on the trip length. 6. Debit card and credit card readiness. This is important. You want to go to a country knowing that your cards are ready to be used. Some countries, some banks require you to disable geo control. Geo control is a feature that makes sure that if you're in a country, you are either allowed to use the card or not. This depends on the country, on the bank, wherever you are located. Make sure you really inform yourself about this because you want to have access to funds. I also recommend bringing some cash with you. You can obviously withdraw from a local ATM, but that will only work if geo control is turned off. I also recommend to talk to your local bank in your home country, asking them what the fees will be. Okay, because there are two types of fees. Okay, there is an ATM usage fee, a withdrawal fee, and a currency conversion fee. And to be fair, some banks might charge additional fees for you to withdraw money in a foreign country. This is all about setting your expectations right. When you are in front of the ATM looking at your receipt and you see a bunch of fees that you didn't really know about, make sure your cards are ready to go. 7. Get travel insurance. This is super important. So many people don't pay attention to this fact. It's probably one of the most important steps. You want to get travel insurance. Why am I saying this? Well, it's better to have travel insurance and not need it than not have it and need it. Pretty simple stuff. You're paying a little bit of money to protect a big amount, especially your health. Travel insurance will cost you probably anywhere from $60 to $150 or more per month. Most of the times nothing will happen, but sometimes things do happen. So again, it's better to have travel insurance and not need it than not have it and need it. You're paying a little bit of money to protect most of what you have. It is time for the bonus tip. Let's talk about clothing, a very important one as well. Some people don't consider this, but it depends on when you're traveling to Paraguay. Asunción, Paraguay enjoys subtropical climate, mild winters and hot summers. Depending on when you're traveling to Asunción, Paraguay, you have to consider that our winter is their summer. Okay, so December through February, it's really hot in Asunción, Paraguay. With that being said, make sure you are properly prepared for the summertime in Asunción, which is again our winter, but their summer. If you decide to travel to Asunción, Paraguay in your summer, which is their winter, meaning June, July, August, then guess what? You can bring winter clothes. You can bring jackets, you can bring pullovers. You will need them at night because it gets a little bit chilly. Not cold, but a little bit chilly. Are you prepared for your first trip to Asunción, Paraguay? If you need any help with obtaining a residence permit in Paraguay, please feel free to reach out to us. We're a full package relocation agency that helps Canadians, Americans, Europeans, Australians, New Zealanders, pretty much people from all over the world move to Paraguay. As always, we appreciate you. Thank you for watching, and we see you on the next video.